Secretary Ashu. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Rhymes with cashew, if you like cashew.
Oh, Ashu, okay. Very good. When CFIUS law was last amended in 2007, does the term national security include homeland security when analyzing the national security implications of a transaction? And if so, does this include issues related to state and local enforcement agencies, which are often on the front line of homeland security?
Yes, sir, it does.
It does?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And Secretary Tarbert, how does CFIUS seek out the input of other federal agencies not included on the committee, such as FTC or other regulators, who review separately and enforce competition and consumer protection?
Sure. So in many of the cases, you brought up the FTC and also the FCC, there's often a regulatory process ongoing. So if a company is buying another company, CFIUS will be running in many cases in parallel to whatever separate regulatory process there is. So sometimes we will coordinate with them if they spot a national security issue that we haven't spotted. That's rare because we use the intelligence community and the Defense Department. We will work with them. The other thing we do is sometimes we'll see a case involving an agricultural company, for example. And there, the Secretary of Agriculture doesn't technically sit on the committee, the Department of Agriculture, but because they have unique expertise, we will invite them in to help co-chair the case. And so that's happened a number of times.
Thank you very much. Again, for Secretary Ashu, how does the department ensure that the Commerce Control List is keeping up with emerging technologies that we might not want to fall into the wrong hands?
Again, this is something we're devoting a great amount of energy to. Emerging technologies, that's not a new thing. We've always had the concept of new technologies that have yet to be subject to the Commerce Control List. But as we alluded to earlier, it's the volume. And again, this is a good trend. We're seeing amazing innovations occur. I've already referred to one change that we made structurally, just to our technical advisory committees. But we've also established a certain control number, a control area within the Commerce Control List specifically designed for emerging technologies. And what this does is allow us to place an immediate control on a technology that may be so new that is yet to be considered and that we're not clear on what the national security implications might be. This way we can control it immediately, and that then triggers a process, an interagency process that was referred to earlier, that will allow us to work through under certain time constraints, so we're not going on forever, and adjust the control appropriately, and then take it to the multilateral regime, so we're doing it internationally. This is an area that's going to get much more attention based on this trend and the large volume of emerging technologies.
Very good. It sounds like you've been very proactive.
Devoting a lot of time to it, sir, yes.
I appreciate that very much. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The